Attention passionate Philadelphia, EAGLES. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Philadelphia Eagles' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Philadelphia Eagles fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRINDS and Philadelphia, EAGLESFANS. Let's get to the news now, folks. Hold on tight because what we're about to discuss could be one of the most impactful moves of the NFL season so far. Rumors are swirling around the league, and the Eagles, as always, are right in the middle of it. According to sources close to the league, including the well-respected Adam Schefter, the Eagles are exploring a major trade that could reshape their defense, and consequently their entire playoff outlook. The focus: Bradley Chubb from the Miami Dolphins. That's right, Chubb, a multiple-time Pro Bowler and one of the most explosive pass rushers in recent years, could be packing his bags and heading to Philadelphia. This isn't just a rumor, it's a strategic move that makes a lot of sense for the Eagles right now. Their defense, especially the pass rush, has been a bit inconsistent, and injuries have played a role in that. Jalen Carter, a key piece in their defensive line, is currently listed as questionable for Week 6 due to a heel injury, and the rotation on the edge has been limited, which is never ideal when you're facing high-powered offenses in the NFC East and beyond. The Eagles are sitting at 3-3 in a division that's as tough as ever, with the Dallas Cowboys and New York Giants showing their no-pushovers. Their defensive line has been allowing an average of 3.8 sacks per game, and that's a problem when facing teams like the Cowboys, who have a strong offensive line and a dynamic quarterback. So, what's the plan? Well, sources indicate that the Eagles are trying to acquire Bradley Chubb from the Dolphins, offering a package that includes a second-round pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, which is conditional, and KJ Henry, a promising young defensive end. The Dolphins, on the other hand, are in a bit of a rebuild mode after starting the season 1-4. They're facing a lot of questions about their playoff chances, with odds that currently sit around plus 25-0. Miami also wants to free up around $15 million in cap space, which they're prioritizing to strengthen their offensive line and add more youth to their roster. The Dolphins' defense, which is allowing an average of 4.1 sacks per game, has become a concern, especially when you consider their overall record and the fact that they're trying to rebuild quickly. Now, let's talk about Bradley Chubb. Since entering the league as the 5th overall pick in 2018, Chubb has been a force on the edge. His 2025 stats are impressive: 5 sacks and 32 pressures in just 6 games. His Pro Football Focus grade is an outstanding 89.4, placing him among the top 10 edges in the league. His pass rush win rate is around 21%, and he averages about 2 quarterback hits per game, which shows just how disruptive he can be. Over his career, Chubb has accumulated 58 sacks, 14 forced fumbles, and 280 tackles, with an overall PFF grade of 88.2. His ability to generate pressure, especially in speed rushes, is remarkable, with a 23% win rate in those situations. And despite a minor ankle injury earlier this season, he's fully recovered and playing at a high level again. What does Chubb bring to the Eagles? Well, his presence as a rush predator could see his sack production jump from around 3.5 per game to potentially over 4. His addition would significantly boost the Eagles' pressure rate, which currently hovers around 32%, up to a projected 47%. That kind of increase in pressure can completely alter an opposing offense's rhythm, giving the secondary more opportunities to create turnovers. Pairing him with Jordan Davis on the front line would create havoc for any offenses trying to block them. Chubb's ability to force double teams and occupy multiple blockers opens up opportunities for other pass rushers like Reddick, who was a huge factor in their 2022 Super Bowl run. And let's not forget how this impacts the team's overall strategy. Jalen Hurts, who's been fantastic this season, benefits greatly from a stronger pass rush. Less interior pressure means more time in the pocket, which translates to increased completions, possibly around 10% higher, and less interior chaos. It's a game changer. The Eagles' defense, which has allowed for an average of 3.8 sacks per game, could see that number climb significantly, making them even more formidable. Plus, adding Chubb helps to avoid the issues they faced last year after losing Brandon Graham's pressure in 2023, which was a real concern in their playoff run. Now, some of you might be wondering about the Dolphins' perspective. They're under a lot of cap pressure, around $20 million, and their defense is allowing nearly 29 points per game, which is quite high. Trading Chubb, who has been a key component in their pass rush, for younger players and draft picks makes sense for them in the long run. KJ Henry, who is projected to be a solid addition, has a PFF grade of 78 and recorded just 1 sack so far in 2025. This move is about rebuilding and adding youth, especially on the defensive front. Miami is looking ahead, focusing on their cap space, which they want to free up for future extensions, like Calais Campbell, and to build a more resilient, balanced team. But from the Eagles' point of view, this trade could be a real turning point. Imagine Chubb alongside Jordan Davis, creating a formidable front that can dominate both the run game and the pass rush. His ability to generate sacks, projected at around +3.5 per game, would elevate their pressure rate from 32% to nearly 47%. That's a huge boost, especially considering their current struggles against mobile quarterbacks and in pass protection. For Jalen Hurts, less interior rush means more time to make decisions and deliver accurate throws, which could push his completion percentage even higher. This move could also help stabilize the rotation on the defensive line, giving them more options and reducing the fatigue that sometimes hampers pass rushers late in games. And let's talk about the bigger picture. The odds of the Eagles winning the Super Bowl are clearly rising. According to BetMGM, the odds have already dropped from +4.0 to +2.0, which shows how much confidence sportsbooks are placing in this potential upgrade. Adding a player like Chubb, with his postseason experience, averaging 2-3 sacks in the playoffs, could be the final piece that pushes the Eagles over the top. Their projected record, now around 11-6, and their chances of winning the NFC title have increased significantly, with ESPN's FPI estimating their NFC title odds at about 55%. This isn't just about one player. It's about transforming their entire defensive identity and making them a nightmare for offenses in January. Meanwhile, the Dolphins are navigating their own issues. Their defense, which has struggled to contain opponents, especially in the passing game, is now losing a key piece. Their rebuild is in full swing, but losing Chubb, who has been a game wrecker, especially in 2023 with +150 pressures, means they'll need to find other ways to generate pressure and keep up in a competitive AFC. The Dolphins' focus on youth and future picks shows they're playing the long game, even if it temporarily weakens their defense. So folks, what does this all mean? Means the NFC East just got a lot more interesting. The Eagles, who have been flirting with greatness in recent years, might have just taken a giant leap forward. The addition of Bradley Chubb could be the difference maker that propels them to a Super Bowl, especially if they're able to keep him healthy and integrated quickly. It's a bold move, but in the NFL, boldness often pays off. The deadline is approaching, April 4th to be exact, and this could be one of the most exciting trades of the season. Will it happen? Well, we'll find out soon enough, but one thing is for sure. The Philadelphia Eagles are not just sitting back, they're making a statement, and they're doing it to dominate once again. And now, Philadelphia Eagles fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential blockbuster move? Do you think Bradley Chubb will be the missing piece for Super Bowl glory? How do you see this affecting the NFC East and the playoff picture? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Philadelphia Eagles. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates on this story and everything else happening in the NFL. So stay tuned for the latest Philadelphia Eagles news, because this season is shaping up to be one of the most exciting in recent memory. Thanks for being here, and as always, go Birds.